Okay, we should have started streaming right now. Let's just take a quick look. Um, let's take a quick look and see where we at. Yes, we are live. Hey folks, how you doing? Here with another episode review of House of the Dragon. I apologize, my computer is having all the pop-ups. Here we go. So, all right, so we are back again every week after each episode. I will do a little review. Try not to be so spoily because in this episode, things happened. Oh, did things happen? They have gone forward in time. It's been 10 years so far. So they did a 10-year time skip. There's a different actress playing Rhaenyra right now. So, if you like the old actress, she gone. We're with the another actress who's playing her. And I like what the actress is doing playing this character. It's been 10 years. We see our boy, Sir Christian Cole, is still there. Uh, or Sir Christian is there. Remember, he was about to commit suicide the last episode and he was stopped. And it seems like he is really the Queen's man as of right now. So, um, obviously, he wasn't held responsible for the murder of the boyfriend or the lover of Lenore. So, they just let that shit slide, which is a thing in his family. So we got that. It's like, damn, dude didn't pay no consequences. And then we see that we see who the new lover boy is, who's Rhaenyra, who became Rhaenyra's lover, and it was Sir Strong, who is here's the thing. A few episodes back, remember when she came back from the boar hunt, and the guy was smiling at her? That's Sir Strong, who winds up becoming the head of the night of the city watch. He's also the son of the current hand, and they've been having a relationship, and he is the father of the three boys. Um, they've made that very clear in this episode, who the real father is, even if and you see the relationship in there between her and Lenore and everything else. It's like everybody knows that ain't her kid. Like it's not. It's very obvious. None of the boys, none of the children look anything like Sir Lenore or anything else. And Lenore and Rhaenyra get into it a little bit, so you see their relationship. That you've been drinking. I've allowed you to drinking and whoring as much as our agreement, right? So when I tell you to X, you better X, kind of sort of situation, because tensions are high. She has been sleeping with Sir Strong and having these kids, and these kids, of course, coming out looking like him, and not her husband. And not even one. Like even Allison, who's the queen, said, "Damn, she couldn't even have just one that looked like Lenore. She couldn't just like get one." And she knows, and she's being snarky as hell because what she really truly wants is she wants her son Aegon, who's the firstborn son of the king, to actually be next in line. And Viserys, who's looking terrible, he's lost his arm and everything else. Um, he's not looking good. Uh, consistently, he's everyone's like, "Yo, just make Aegon. You're really gonna keep Rhaenyra there because she having all these babies, and these babies, everybody know who the daddy is, or at least know who the daddy is not." And so we got this terrible situation. Like we're waiting for things to explode. And of course you got Sir Christian, who's there, and he's stirring the pot too. He's on Team Allison's side and all this other craziness, even though he was the one who was screwing what's the name? Because remember, he didn't want to play the whore. So I will say that Sir Strong knew his position. He goes in there, he do his thing. Um, she clearly has feelings for Sir Strong in this and the conversations you they have, and everybody knows who daddy. Every one of the main characters in that set know who the daddy is. So this, what I'm saying, is not a spoiler. They have made it very damn clear what has happened. Even the Hand of the King, who's the dad, is like, yo, what the fuck are you doing? Like, this is dangerous as hell. And like, I'm serving the king and you banging his daughter, and like, what the hell are you doing? Like, like, you can't keep. And then if you're going to do this, you got to act a certain way. So what winds up happening is Sir Christian stirs the pot because he is the one training all the boys. That is Aegon, that's sorry, Viserys' children, and Sir Laenor's children, or Rhaenyra's children as well. And they're all boys. And he's the one who's in charge of training them how to fight. And Sir Strong is there too. And he's like noticing that, hey, you're not treating the other kids, Rhaenyra's kids, the same way, um, and teaching them how to fight. And so Sir Christian, because he know what's up, and I think part of this is a jealousy thing. It really is. It's a part of this is he's still bitter about what happened 10 years ago, right? And he's taking it out on these kids, and so they get into a little kerfluffle um, during in the training yard, which leads to some other events that I don't want to go. You got to watch the episode for that. And well, we do have some death. But to veer off, we have Damon, because his behind. Now, remember the last episode, um, what's her name? What is that girl's name? Shit, and she just died. Fuck, I forgot her name. Damn it. What's Sir Corliss's daughter was getting close to Damon. Apparently, girl knew what to do because remember, Damon didn't want to have no kids and all that other shit. Well, she did something because not only are they married, but she has given him two children, two girls. And so that was like, whoa, this is the dude who didn't want to have babies for nothing, children or these little icky things. And this girl got two babies on him. So, it's been, it's just interesting the way that's going. So it was something. She did the magic, whatever, and she does die in this episode. Which once again, that's a spoiler, but not really a spoiler because if you know anything about her story, that's the way she does die tragically. Um, though I don't believe she died. Like they changed certain things. I don't believe she died of that. I forgot exactly what happened, but she did have two kids apparently. So. Um, she went out the way like she was a real G in term even in the story that you put pieces together. She's a real G. So we got this craziness going on throughout the episode. So I don't want to give too much because there's a lot of things that happen, and I'm trying not to reveal so many spoiler things. For those who do want to see it, which I suggest you do. There's a lot of stuff you see people's lover, the new lovers. You see how people are acting. You see how this arrangement is going awry. You see Alicent being a lot more assertive and aggressive, and Viserys is just weaker and weaker and weaker. And you see how that's playing out, and it's not going to be long before Viserys is dead. That's very clear. During the show, I wasn't sure what they were going to do with the timeline. Was not sure with how fast they were going to go. I think earlier videos that I said that what was probably going to happen was they were going to end this series because we're on episode 6. There's only 2 more episodes left. That Viserys is going to be die. He's going to die, and then we'll start season 2 where it's actual the start beginnings of the Dance of Dragons, aka the Civil War that happens, and they'll just go the entire 8 episodes whenever that gets made of the actual fighting. Well, that type of fighting. So that's why I think they're ending. I think they're going to end with Viserys dying. I mean, he could die the next episode, but I think he might die at the end of the next episode. But I really think they're going to end the series with he's dead, who's queen, who's the heir, and then we get into that sort of to get into that thing. There was something I was expecting to happen that did not happen this episode, but it looks like it's going to happen most likely the next episode. So I will not say anything about that because that is a thing that does happen. So it might most likely it is looking like it is going to take place the next episode, and then we're going to see the mess um, that happens. We are going to see like because even in this episode, Damon and his wife at the time were like, "Oh yeah," because even Damon knows like, girl." And because he makes a jape like, oh, so hey, oh, did he mention this letter that this child also looks like the Night's Watchman? Because he knows it's like, which is crazy because when you look at the whole play of things, Rhaenyra was stupid in a lot of ways, right? It's like, it's like, it's like, girl, you have to have at least one kid by this man. Like that ain't happening. Like at least one kid, because the whole thing was like when we both fulfill our duties and blah 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 blah. And she doesn't do it. She's too busy screwing the Night's Watchman and getting pregnant, and her husband is screwing whoever the fuck he's screwing around town and getting drunk and a lot of shit. And she's like, and like that was a stupid thing to do. It's like if you're gonna keep your thing going, like Queen Allison said, like one child, two child, but the third, come on, girl. You know, um, so uh, you know, And so it's just like, yo, you couldn't have at least one baby. It could have been the second baby, just like, nah, we going to do this until I'm pregnant and do that thing, get pregnant, have that one baby, and then no one would say anything else too much. Like, at least, if you're going to do that, but that's not what she does because Rhaenyra does what Rhaenyra wants, and that's part of the problem about Rhaenyra because a lot of this stuff happens. Like she could have ended a lot of controversy had she just like, yo, we got to at least get one baby. And that's kind of what they agreed to. Like, we're going to do our duties and then we could do whatever we want after, which is the duties are we get married, we have sex, and we have an heir from our bloodline. So there isn't mess. And that's all she needed to do to secure her line. So she's being dumb as hell talking about, oh, I can sleep whatever I want. Well, yeah, you can, but now, like, so to me, like I said it before, and I think that's the thing about this story. Even in the books, when they're telling the story, like, it's like had she just had one damn baby by who she was supposed to have a baby by, and if Allison could have just let half that shit go, this could have all been avoided because this war that's going to happen costs a lot of lives and like dragons get killed. It's a mess. Like it causes a lot of, and this is 200 years before the start of the Game of Thrones that we know in TV series or even the books series begins. But if you read anything like the history of Westeros, there's a lot of like things that could have been incidents that could have been avoided and conflicts that could have been avoided had people, one person or two people done what the hell they were supposed to do at least once. Um, and you got these, Rhaenyra's problem. She wants to do what she wants to do instead of at least doing one thing. Like, yeah. So a lot of this to me is like Viserys being too weak and be like whatever. His attitude and Rhaenyra having her attitude of trying to live the life as she pleases to be queen, and you have all these bastard children. And she's not even thinking about House Valyrian. She's not even thinking about, yo, you don't think they don't know that them babies ain't they grandbabies? Like, and everybody knows, like everybody freaking knows, right? And so she's like, "Oh no, they're not." I'm like, "Use a dumb chick. Use a dumb chick and a stupid one." So to me, even though she's a bit smarter than her father, she's just that stupid at times. So that that's my whole thing. On the Queen Allison side, I understand where she's coming from, but a lot of what she's coming from is coming from her dad facilitating that situation of wanting his grandson. I mean, he put his daughter in the path of being in the king. Absolutely, he intended for those things to happen. He intended to have his come up one way or another. Um, so between Viserys' decision, uh, Rhaenyra doesn't do much to actually help these situations either. She does like, if you just do this one, two things, we can get over it. But that's not who she is, and that causes a whole lot of drama. in here. And as we know in Game of Thrones, traditional Game of Thrones, whether books or not, folks tend to meet terrible ends when they play these kind of games. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed this review. We will be back next week with another live review. I hope you enjoy this craziness. I mean, yeah, I'm trying not to reveal as much for some people who didn't see it because I see it as soon as the it goes live. I watch it and I try to go on. And I know for some people they won't get to it till later on tonight or another day during the week. So please go watch the episode. You get some more dragons doing things. You get to see some folks in a mess. You get to see some wonderful planned deaths, and it's very interesting to watch if you like that sort of thing. So until next time, see you guys later. We shall return with a review of episode 7 of